one of the top threads on our GenshinImpact, check it out, says people are afraid to say Tighnari's name out loud, adding, just watched TenTen's video on Tighnari, and I'm picking up on this weird vibe that content creators are terrified, in caps, terrified of mispronouncing his name. Saying, honestly, I admire that some of them, Ziox, etc., are really trying, but I have seen comments/tweets from people pouncing on those who butcher Tighnari's name. Like that trailer where Calais says it for the first time is a good example. Lots of comments on that one. Alright, well, let's play the clip that this OP linked to TenTen's video.
Because of recent huge controversy around this character's name's pronunciation, in this video, I'm just gonna call him as this character's instead.
Alright, TenTen. Pretty sure I watched one of his Venti videos when I was looking up guides after his recent rerun, and it was an awesome video. Anyways, now I'm not talking about TenTen moving forward, just Genshin content creators in general, as the Reddit thread mentioned. So, hypothetically, if some Genshin content creators are actually afraid to say Tighnari's name, because they're afraid of backlash, that's pretty hilarious in my humble opinion. And I do know that some Genshin content creators definitely bend the knee to Twitter cop types, so perhaps that really is the case. I just can't imagine any reasonable person getting upset at a content creator for genuinely mispronouncing a name, though. Keyword being reasonable. As we know for a fact, there are weird, unreasonable people who do get upset at such. Who cares what they have to say, though, unless you're just laughing at their unreasonable vitriol. Now, for voice actors, I can understand the criticism towards pronunciation more so. However, as we've been told from VAs numerous times, the pronunciation likely comes down to the employer's direction. I can even cite another piece of evidence from years ago, completely unrelated to GenshinImpact. In the English dub of Bleach, voice actors were directed a certain way to pronounce Ikkaku's name, and after recording, all the lines were later told that they had to pronounce it differently, none of this being their choice. Like I said though, I can't imagine any reasonable person getting upset at Tighnari's name being genuinely mispronounced, as even in the video the op links to later, which I've also talked about in a prior segment, the gentleman explaining how to pronounce Tighnari's name even says multiple times it's a difficult name to pronounce, especially for English speakers. Back to the entire Reddit post though, the OP would then talk about how they find this sort of behavior, being scared to pronounce Tighnari's name, in other words, extremely counterproductive. And cites other examples where people mispronounce other names, for example, some of the Liyue, some of the Chinese-esque names in GenshinImpact, and nobody really had a problem with that apparently, ending by saying that as a POC, they would rather you tried to pronounce their name instead of just saying, hey, you, or guy, or this person. And that's why they're saying the overly hostile criticism is counterproductive. Yeah, so I'll also end with my own anecdote here. I live in LA, and anytime I go out, I'm going to be around a very diverse group of people for the most part, including a lot of people that don't speak English very well. Myself included, by the way. I don't think my English is very good. And the point is, anytime I go out, I'll talk to people that are probably going to mispronounce some things. I literally don't care. I care about, if people are good people. I don't judge them based off their pronunciation. I really could care less about that stuff. Go ahead and mispronounce English all you want. You ain't gonna hear me crying about it. Let me know what you think though in the comments. As always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you there and in the next segment on the way.